It looks like Justin Bieber has spoken out about how he feels about the Diddy situation, and it's not looking too good, and it's what everybody thought happened. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a notification. So Justin posted a series of pictures of himself crying on Instagram, and his wife Hailey Bieber also posted the lyric, quote, "Oh, I'm unwell," end quote, on her Instagram at the same time as he's posting these images. So one of Justin's friends have recently spoke out about how the pop superstar has gone off the deep end recently with supplies. And this isn't a really good friend, because why would you be telling the media this?
This comes days after an article was posted where they are trying to silence Justin Bieber. In the article, his friends claim that they are worried Justin Bieber is spiraling back into addiction, into drugs and alcohol. The article states Justin also suffers from violent outbursts. All of this is to silence Justin Bieber because he does not want to be a part of their satanic occult. They have tried to get him to be a part of the occult since he was a child, and he has said no. If they can't control him that way, they have to get him addicted to substances so that they can have full control over Justin Bieber. We have seen this multiple times. The mainstream media is always trying to paint celebrities that do not join their cult as crazy people, anything to smear their image so the public takes nothing they say with any credibility. Kanye West and Britney Spears are both examples of this, and now they're trying to do it to Justin Bieber too. We are in a spiritual war, and Satanists are currently running the planet.
Wow, that video escalated quickly, but there were some really good points about how Justin is being controlled, and I really do believe this. He's being controlled to not speak out about how he really feels about the Diddy situation, because I think he can explain everything. And my whole thing is, he must be aware of all the rumors floating around about his relationship, his alleged romantic relationship with Diddy, who was way older than he was. So why wouldn't he go out and just clear up these rumors? That's something that is just really bothering me. Like, you know it's out there, just say it's not true. So it's been alleged from a young age, Justin has been plied with various substances to keep him under control and make him work. It's also been alleged that Diddy groomed Justin, similar to how he did that to Usher, who, by the way, Usher could have stopped the cycle by speaking out, and he has not really said anything either. And this left Justin in the state he is in today, in an alleged downward spiral, relying on these substances, acting out in ways that are dangerous to not only himself, but to those around him. For example, he's been known to frequent Brazil, which is a hotspot for child trafficking, and hire young girls for his pleasure. So it seems like he's sort of keeping the cycle going in a way. And this is allegedly how he met Hailey Bieber, his current wife, who was a yacht girl. So there's countless examples of Hailey partying it up on a yacht with rich men, and she allegedly was getting paid to be there. Yachting is basically a higher end version of being an ex-worker. So an alleged screenshot of Justin's caption is also floating around with the images. The caption reads, quote, "I will speak on it, but I liked it," end quote. So I'm not sure what this means, but it sounds to me like maybe he's conflicted over how he feels about what Diddy did to him. Like, it sounds like maybe he was into it to a certain degree. After all, Diddy gave him fame and fortune for an exchange of some sort, but at what cost? And does liking whatever Diddy did to him mean that he was a willing participant, or was Justin brainwashed? And I'm gonna go with he was way, way too young to consent to any of this. And, I read this quote in my last video from a user that said they paid Nickelodeon stars, I think $5,000 to keep their parents out of the room. And I think these parents need to be held responsible as well. And I'm not an expert, but what Justin is saying here sounds sort of like I've heard this before, and it's quite common in these sort of power relationships. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. So basically, the captor falls in love with the person who captured them. Diddy's non-disclosure agreement as well is pretty intense, and it prevents people from speaking out. This was actually leaked in the Little Rod lawsuit. and it's a pretty binding document. It's also been alleged that Corey Gamble, the one who co-manages Justin and is currently Kris Jenner's boyfriend, this guy just pops up everywhere and no one knows who he is, and he hangs out with these really high-ranking individuals. Also, a lot of users in my comment section talk about how no one knows who Corey's parents are. So allegedly, Corey is Justin's handler. So I just learned this, but handlers allegedly follow stars around to keep the star in check and not allow them to speak out about what happened to them. Sort of like a very, very close bodyguard that is probably has some sort of weapon on them to stop them from speaking to the media. Corey was allegedly there when Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter, mysteriously passed away. Like, he was there when the coroners arrived. So Corey could be a fixer of sorts because Kim Porter allegedly was going to release a tell-all book and then she ends up deleted. So too much of a coincidence that Corey was there. That brought a chill to my spine when I saw that photo. So one user writes here, he needs to spill the beans to stop them from doing it to others. Exactly, he needs to stop this cycle. And another user writes, how Justin became a shadow of himself is still beyond me. He was bright, he was good, he had so much potential, but then what? And then the user follows up, Hollywood. Yeah, so they're in this set on his Instagram where it's basically him at a concert, and then all of a sudden it's just him crying. It's almost like he snuck it in there because he was scared. Meanwhile, Diddy wants to dismiss some of the claims in one of his SA cases, claiming he can't be sued under laws that didn't exist at the time of the alleged incident. Diddy's lawyers are firing back at claims made by Joy Dickerson Neal, a woman who filed a suit against him in November, claiming he gave her substances and R-worded her back in 1991. Basically, there seems to be a pattern with Diddy and how he treats women and men around him, as many other lawsuits against Diddy, such as Cassie's, say the same thing as Joy's. So Diddy actually settled with Cassie, who was suing him for $30 million, and now Lil Rod is suing him and has a tape of Diddy admitting to everything, even getting away with a shooting he made a rapper named Shine spend 10 years in jail for that implicates Jennifer Lopez. Joy filed 6 causes of action against Diddy, and now his team's claiming Joy can't sue him for several of those claims because the laws didn't exist when she says he did this to her back in 1991. So, for example, the revenge law only came into effect in 2019. So before that time, you couldn't sue anybody for sharing your private images to the world. But Diddy can still be sued for the other accounts, including putting his paws on her and emotional distress. Look, when you have to rely on technicalities to get out of a lawsuit, you start looking guilty AF, in my opinion. What do you guys think about all this? Sound off in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe by hitting my face here.